Hey guys, today I want to talk about my journey with Hallux Rigidus. What exactly is Hallux Rigidus? How did it develop in my case? How do I live with it on a daily basis? How do I manage the pain? And how am I able to still function on a very high level athletically, even though I have this painful condition? So let's look at these questions right now. Here we go. First of all, what exactly is Hallux Rigidus? Let's look at the words. Hallux means big toe in Greek or Latin. Rigidus just means rigid. So a rigid big toe. Guys, you have to understand the big toe should be able to move freely. It should be able to extend up to 90 degrees. So check out my Hallux Rigidus right here. My rigid big toe. First of all, you see this bump here. That is actually calcification. Arthritic changes have happened in this capsule due to this painful condition. So this bump here stops my big toe from extending all the way, from extending up to this 90 degrees that it's supposed to. I think I only have like 15 degrees of extension. That is not enough, guys. So this bump stops it. If I try to force it to go further, it's going to start to hurt like hell right in this capsule here. Okay, so why is it so important that this big toe is able to move freely? It's so important, especially for the gait cycle, for walking, for running, to create forces up the chain. For athlete, it's important. So the first contact with the ground and your body are your feet. And if that big toe is not able to move freely, it's not going to be able to create the energies needed for athletics. Okay, and it can create disbalances up the chain in your shoulders, in your hips, in your knees. Just that big toe not being able to move can create that. I follow a lot of good strength coaches, track and field coaches like Chris Korfis, Cal Dietz, the RPR system. And these guys, they know how important it is for their athletes to have strong, well-functioning big toes and feet in general, just to be able to create forces needed to play their game or to be the athletes that they're supposed to be. It's also very important to note, especially for athletes, that the big toe and your glutes are connected. So if you want a strong butt, and we all know, or athletes know how important it is to have a really strong glute maximus, it's connected with the big toe. So a strong big toe equals a lot of times a strong butt. So that's another very important feature of a good functioning, proper functioning, strong big toe. Okay, now let's look at the genesis of my Hallux Rigidus. How did it happen? How did it develop? Well, it first started about 15 years ago. I was working, or I'm still working, at a factory. I started working at that factory 15 years ago, and it's mandatory to wear steel cap shoes or steel cap boots in that factory. The company provided these steel cap boots for me in my size, but like everybody knows, just because something is the correct size does not mean it's going to fit perfectly. And that was the case. The shoes they gave me, the steel cap shoes they gave me, were my size, but they were just too small. They were too narrow where the toes are. So I crammed my feet into this box, and over the months, this condition was developed. The rigid big toe, the Hallux Rigidus. So that's the genesis. Now, how does my day-to-day look like with this condition? Well, first of all, it's very important that I wear proper shoes. Okay, the days of wearing high heels, the days of wearing pointy crocodile leather boots, they're way gone. My preferred footwear, I love Nike Freeze, Nike Flyknit. They're pretty wide in front where the toes are. They're made out of a material that is pretty elastic, so the toes are able to move more or less freely. So that's very important. Footwear. Also important, I need daily massages. The soles of my feet, they're always triggered up. I have to self-myofascial release on a daily basis. I have to roll my feet on tennis balls, on golf balls. My girlfriend gives me massages every day. I also need to wear toe spreaders. I have many different kinds of toe spreaders. I like these here. I bought these from China for about $1. They're really, really good because over the month, my toes, they were so crammed in that somehow they just stayed in that position more or less. And so that's why toe spreaders, they really help to align the toes in the right position. Okay, I have many different kinds of toe spreaders. I have different socks with toe spreading qualities. I don't know how much money I've spent over the years just on toe spreaders and on many like therapeutic like gadgets like this. I stick my big toes in here, my feet, and I kind of stretch them this way. That really feels good. At the moment, I just like to put some foam between my toes. Okay, that helps a lot. Damn, I have dirty hippie feet. Okay, so spreading the toes, that's really important. Now, what I use like red light therapy on my feet. I use creams, like I have different pain creams. I have warming, heating creams. They help a lot. It's also important to note that in cold weather, my feet are way more painful. Like warm weather, I can't wait for summer to come, and I dread winters just because it puts winters, the pain of my feet just level up. Okay, so that's why heating creams, they're really important. Keeping my feet warm. I love that. What else is important? No, what I wanted to talk about as well is the pain. Okay, so I've been an athlete for all my life. I trained Muay Thai when I was 14. I've wrestled for like the last 20 years. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I know a little bit of something about pain. I've broken my nose. I've popped my eardrums, both of them. I've cracked ribs many times, broke my finger, tore my ligaments in my knees. I know pain. I know how it is to have pain. But the pain I felt this past weekend was on a whole nother level. Let me talk about this real quick. So I'm a wrestling coach, and I was in practice, and I tried to take this guy down, and somehow he landed with his knee exactly on that bony bump of my foot, that bony big toe joint. It hurt really bad, but with all the adrenaline, it was okay. I've stubbed my toe many times. The pain passes. But this time it was different. So I went home about 2 hours later. I, started to relax. And then the pain just leveled up. It went from, let's say, a 7 to a 15. I never take pain medicine, never took opioids. But guys, I swear, if I had any opioids that night, I would have taken it. I was in agony. I did not sleep for a minute. I couldn't stay in the same position for, let's say, more than 30 seconds. Whatever position, lying on my back, on my stomach, on my side, elevating my feet, everything hurt. I was in agony. Okay, so I went to the doctor next day, took an x-ray. I really thought it was broken. I've never felt this kind of pain before. So took the x-ray, wasn't broken. You could see the calcification around that joint very well on that x-ray. The doc even said, this toe has seen a lot of shit. It's been through a lot. It's not a new toe. And I said, sir, I know exactly what you're talking about. I totally agree. Now, we talked about operations as well, surgeries. He didn't know all too much about big toe surgeries. I don't either. I know one friend, he got it, and he said he's still in pain. So I'm just thinking, if I can live with it the way I've been living up to now, I'm good. I can work with that. You know, I train every day. I'm an athlete. I'm a coach. I wrestle. I do jujitsu. I just need to prepare my feet, so to say, for an athletic endeavor, for training. Okay, massage, the right footwear. If I can do that, I'm good. You know, I don't want surgery. So that's my journey with my Hallux Rigidus. If you guys had the surgery, let me know, how did it go. If you know, have any other tips, what helps you with the pain, you know, any kind of supplements, I would be very happy to know. Okay, thanks for watching. Peace out.